Welcome to the channel. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at the emperor angelfish. When a fish has both emperor and angel in its name, it can be a daunting task to live up to it, but the emperor angelfish is more than deserving of its moniker. It is easily one of the most stunning fish in the aquarium hobby. Its regal looks make it look highly desirable, which in turn means that it is quite an expensive fish to procure. It is hardy but challenging to keep due to some of its care requirements. Is this fish the ideal pet for you? Let's find out. Emperor angelfish natural habitat. They inhabit the reefs of the Indo-Pacific region. The juveniles and subadults spend most of their time hiding in rocks and crevices. They subsist mostly by cleaning the reefs. The adults are more free-swimming, but even they stick to the reefs. The males are highly territorial, and more importantly have large territories ranging up to 10,000 square feet that they only share with a couple of females. This is an important character trait to keep in mind when caring for them. Emperor angelfish physical description. These fish actually go through 3 distinct life stages, and they look stunningly different in each one of them. Getting them as juveniles will allow you to see all 3 stages. Their coloration in these 3 stages are as follows. Juvenile. During this stage, the emperor angelfish is black with dark blue and white stripes on their face. These stripes become more and more curved along the body, with the last white curve taking the shape of a circle. The anal and dorsal fins have a mottled appearance with white edges. The juveniles look so different from the adults that they used to be mistakenly classified as an entirely different species. Subadults. In this stage, these fish start to exhibit more yellow in their coloration. The fins also start to lose their white edges, while the bands of blue and white start to become straighter and more horizontal. Adults. The white and black disappear completely. The fish now exhibits a combination of rich yellow and deep blue. The top half has more yellow while the bottom half is a deep blue. The stripes become diagonal and run across the body. The gill area is completely dark blue and a similarly colored stripe runs below the eyes. The face takes on a paler blue coloration. The general body shape, however, remains the same. They have an ovaloid disc-shaped body that grows deeper with age. They can attain a maximum size of up to 15 inches, although 12 inches is a more realistic size in the home aquarium. Emperor angelfish have a lifespan of more than 20 years with proper care. Emperor angelfish ideal tank setup. This is a fish that requires a lot of space. An adult pair will require at least a 200-gallon tank. This is very important for 2 reasons. It will help the fish stay stress-free and it will keep the water conditions stable. Even though these fish live among corals, keeping them with live corals in the home aquarium can be tricky. They can nip at the corals. Artificial corals are your best bet, but there are some live corals that can be successfully kept with them as well, as we shall soon find out. The tank should consist of plenty of open spaces, irrespective of whether it has live corals or not. Make sure to add adequate amounts of live rocks for the perfect base around which to build the decor of the tank. Ensure that the lighting is strong to make their colors pop. It's also a good thing for their health. The filtration system should be extremely capable. These are large fish that require regular feeding, and that creates a lot of bioload. The water flow should be gentle. Emperor angelfish water parameters. This is one of the most important aspects of properly caring for these majestic fish. They do not tolerate fluctuations well and can very quickly get afflicted by diseases. Their ideal water parameters are as follows. Temperature, 72 degrees Fahrenheit to 82 degrees Fahrenheit, or 22 degrees Celsius to 28 degrees Celsius. pH, 8.1 to 8.4. Specific gravity, 1.023 to 1.025. Constantly test the water to ensure that everything is stable and within this range. Any fluctuation should be dealt with immediately to avoid catastrophe. Emperor angelfish diet. When initially added to the tank, they can be a bit picky and refuse food altogether. Making sure that the tank is properly established will allow them to forage for their own food while they get acclimated to the tank. Eventually, they'll start to feed more readily. Emperor angelfish are omnivores and require a balanced diet consisting of plant-based and meat-based food. A mixture of spinach and chopped up squids and shrimps is a great staple for these fish. Spirulina and commercially available food can also be used. Make sure to remove any food that remains uneaten after a few minutes. Initially, feed them small portions 5 times a day during their reluctant phase, and then increase the portions while reducing the frequency to 3 times a day when they become more accepting. Emperor angelfish behavior and tank mates. These are semi-aggressive and territorial fish. As such, it is best to just keep a single pair. Avoid keeping two males at all costs. You can keep other angelfish just as long as they aren't too similar looking to the emperor. In such cases, add them as juveniles and after all the other fish have been introduced and have had time to settle down. Avoid anything small enough to be eaten or picked upon. Some great tank mates for the emperor angelfish include tangs, dottybacks, wrasses, damselfish, and other angelfish that are visually different. As far as corals are concerned, some of the options are SPS corals, star polyps, disc anemones, hammer corals, and bubble corals. Emperor angelfish breeding. There are no accounts of emperor angelfish breeding successfully in captivity and cannot even be attempted in home aquariums. Emperor angelfish diseases. Ick, marine velvet, and head and lateral line erosion disease are the three main diseases that afflict these fish. The first two can be avoided by ensuring that the water is of pristine quality and properly quarantining new additions. The exact cause of head and lateral line erosion disease is unknown, but it is generally suggested that it can be kept at bay as long as there is adequate lighting. To sum it up, the emperor angelfish isn't for everyone. You should have at least a few years of keeping marine aquariums. If you have the necessary expertise and are willing to make the commitments both in terms of money as well as effort, the emperor angelfish will provide a level of satisfaction and pride few other fish in the hobby can. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to tap that like button and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. And I will see you in the next video.